Welcome to RPG Capper, the channel where we cap RPGs of various design. Come to you live from the soda mansion where the ball caps live and the CO2 bubbles never stop rising. Today's game, Crystalis for the Nintendo Entertainment System, brought to you by the SNK Corporation. The cap, level 16. Our current level, 1. Let's get started on the adventure. (1997) October 1, the End Day. Savage war engulfs the world. Civilization is destroyed. An evolution had taken place. The Earth's axis shifted and all creatures became mutated. Life would never be the same. Those surviving vowed not to repeat their mistakes of the past and erected a great tower in the sky. To oppress evil forever. Crystalis. Copyright 1990, SNK Corp of America. Hundred years have passed. Most of the Earth has become dominated by mutated creatures. People worked together to rebuild their villages and their lives, but they still lived in fear. As they feared the rebirth of evil, they remembered the construction of the tower of its consequences, once activation had begun. Once evil emerged, would they stand a chance? There was still one hope. Program 0256 functional. System 1024 functional. Condition, green. Input codename. Okay, time to input our name. This only gives us 6 characters, so we need to improvise properly. And we can only put in one more character. I think that is going to be the extent. Yeah, I guess I'm not going to bother putting any punctuation marks. I'm just going to go to end. And looks, what do we have here? Okay, so we have our main hero waking up from stasis after a 100-year nap. And set to begin his adventure in this post-apocalyptic world. Okay, so welcome to Crystalis. One of the prime games for the Nintendo Entertainment System. An action RPG, mind you. So, here we have our main hero, clad in purple and black. He can move around us, so he can even move diagonally. At the bottom of the screen, you see his current status bar. The life represents total hit points, and that bar will go down significantly once our hero takes damage in battle. Each tick on the bar represents 4 hit points. The force beneath the life bar represents the charge progress towards a level 1, level 2, or level 3 attack. Now our hero has to be equipped with a weapon, namely a sword. And the little trapezoids next to the force label just represents the current state of the charge. And the round rectangle represents the current level of the charge. It can go to a minimum of 1 and to a maximum of 3. To go up even higher than 1, our hero has to collect either orbs or balls and bracelets. The EX meter below represents experience points. To the left of the slash represents the current amount of experience points accumulated, represented by 5 figures. To the right of the slash represents the goal or the capacity needed in order to reach the next level. So right now we have an XP capacity for leveling at 30. So once our hero collects 30 experience points, he can move on to the next level. and the XP goal will increase significantly with each additional level achieved. We see our current level as 1. Minimum 1, maximum 16. 16 being the cap. Below that, right next to the dollar sign, is our purse. Our hero can go around the world collecting money by defeating monsters. Some monsters will deposit coins, and this will be added to our hero's purse. The money will be used to help purchase items and equipment. Below that, magic points MP. To the left, magic points remaining. To the right, the total amount of magic points in capacity. Right now, we have 34 magic points, and this goes down significantly with each execution of a magic spell. Our hero will be able to collect magic spells throughout the game by specific NPCs. And as he levels up, that MP capacity will increase significantly. So to the left of the slash represents the magic points remaining. To the right of the slash represents the total magic points for the current level. Okay, so also to help provide you additional information about all this, we do have our little... oops, hang on a minute. Just need to move on to the guide. Here we go. So it shows our different types of controls here. We've already demonstrated our hero can move. Now the hero can also make use of other things. B button can attack with a sword, and you can hold to charge the sword to release a good major attack. A button to use specific items. Select toggles the sub-screen, and start toggles the status screen. And okay, and we can do other things such as saving and loading files. There's also status effects as well, and our current experience chart. Okay, we can pretty much refer to this as we go along throughout the game, in case we need to clear up a few additional details. So here we can press start, we can go to our little stat screen. Our hero to the upper left. Now, he does have an actual name. His name is Simea. But for brevity's sake, we're going to just be calling him RPGC, since the game does give you the option to name your character. And it just shows what he looks like right now, but as he collects equipment, the game will show in his character portrait the equipment that he's donned with. Well, under the upper right screen, we see the current status effect, which is normal, since our hero has not been afflicted with any status such as poison or paralysis. If that happens, it'll be reflected in the status screen. We see our current level, which we already covered earlier. Life is, we see to the left is our life points remaining, while to the right of the hyphen represents our total life points for the current level. Now, each tick on that little life bar represents 4 hit points, and every time a tick gets taken off, that's 4 hit points lost. Attack is 1, so we have our RPG stats show our attack being 1 and defense 1 and 1. To the left of the hyphen represents the defense for our current armor, and to the right represents the defense based upon the current shield. And A and B are pretty much those category labels, which will show what we are going to be equipped with for each respective button press, as well as the armor and the shield. And if we were to press select, we go into our inventory screen, with all these little slots that will represent every specific type of item that will go in this respective inventory. This is going to be reserved for swords, one for armor, for shield, and some power items. And if we go down a little bit further in the subscreen, here is all the inventory slots for items that we'll be collecting along the way. And here's the one for the magic spells. Now, if we were also to press the start button while we're in inventory screen, we can go into the save and load the save screen. If we have saves highlighted, we can select one of these 2 save files to save progress, and load progress from the previous file. So since we're starting up, we don't need to save anything at the moment. Let's just get out of here. And I think that's the Cliff's Notes version of it, so let's get started on our little adventure. So let's exit the cave. Hey, there's a guy coming out of the cave! And he runs for his life. So we can still go back into the cave, but we can't access the stasis chamber anymore. We're locked out. So we now have to explore this strange new world. Here we are in a new town, right fresh out of the cave. This is the village of Leaf. There are great dangers outside of town. Please be careful. Did you visit the Elder's house yet? If you go to the west, you'll find Zebu in a cave. So some NPCs do have double dialogue, so it's important to talk to the same NPCs more than once to get some more information out of them. Go in the chicken coop. There's a bunny here. QQ. We can't do anything with the bunny. Let's talk to this guy. Oh, it's you. I'm sorry I ran from you when we first met. Zebu says he's having a hard time with the windmill guard. He's always sleeping. So, looks like our first side quest in the game. Wake up the windmill guard. Winter is always cold, but we're used to it. Anything with the well? No. Okay. So, the little pouch above the door represents an item shop. The shield represents above this door is the armor shop. Inn speaks for itself as the inn. No sign above this door represents a residency. So, let's go in here. You'll find the Vulcan. This money is from the wise man Zebu. It's yours. And we get $100 to our purse. I'm the first pupil of Zebu. You must bow down before me. A pretty big order considering I only just got out of stasis from 100 years of sleep. Well, whatever. Anyways, let's go in here. So this is the mayor's house. There's an old windmill to the north, but I've never seen it working. If you ever need to wake anyone up, use the alarm flute. It never fails. Okay. So, we're putting the pieces of the puzzle together for our first side quest. We gotta wake up the windmill guard, the windmill's not working, and the windmill guard is always sleeping instead of doing proper maintenance work on the windmill. So we'll need to use the alarm flute to wake him up. But, I digress, we'll get to that in a moment. Let's talk to the mayor here. I'm the village elder. You awoke from inside a cave, didn't you? We were told you would arrive. You are our last hope to defeat evil. Oh yes, the prophecy. Classic adventure RPG cliche. Receive this sword to protect you on your quest. This and others like it will guide you. You now have Sword of Wind. We got our very first weapon, the Sword of the Wind. Oops, first we have to equip it, but let's talk to him here. Please be careful how this needs it in your hands. Okay, so first we're gonna need to go into our summon here to equip the sword. So now using Sword of Wind. Okay. Oops, let me just get out of here. There we go. Alright. Nothing in the fireplace. In case we can stab with our sword, and we can charge the meteor up to release a level 1 projectile attack. It doesn't take magic points. Okay, with that being done, let's go check out some of the stores around here. Armature, do you wish to buy? Yes, we will need to buy a couple things. I'm gonna need to get some good equipment right off the bat, so let's get this tanned hide here. Purchase tanned hide. Anything else? So if we try to buy something, they say you don't have enough money, so let's go. Okay, so with that being said, we got our first piece of armor equipment, so let's put this to good use. Tanned hide. Select it. It appears in color, indicating that it's been equipped. And we can see our hero now donning the tanned hide. So we go here. You can see his character portrait change to reflect the fact that he has a sword and armor. So our attack goes up by 2 because we have the Sword of Wind, and defense goes up by another 2 points to a total of 3, so because we have the tanned hide now. Alright. We're all set, so we do need to get some more money. So we can buy ourselves a carapace shield at 80 gold. Or rather, $80 in this case. So let's go slay a few baddies out in the field. Like this here. Here's Slime. And keen-eyed viewers will recognize this slime from the Athena game for the arcade and Nintendo. I would not advise playing the Nintendo version because that game is bugged to hell and back. Some Tigermen. And we collect money as it gets dropped. So, slimes... So let's just go face off against a couple more things. Yeah, here's the next enemy. Okay, so slimes are worth 1 experience point. And they give you $3. No, sorry, $1. My bad. And Tigermen are worth 2 points, and they give you $2. So why don't we... So here's a cave. Let's check what's in here. Strange ice wall, can't break it, so let's talk to this guy. I'm called Zebu, RPGC. You are the one we've been waiting for. Try to make the windmill work. If you can do this, I'll teach you some magic. Ooh, we get a reward for making the windmill work. Use your power to open the way. Okay, so we definitely have to get that windmill working in order to make progress. Let's see, let's look around a bit more. Okay, so these... Okay, looks like the Tigermen are also worth 1 experience point. Let me just confirm one more time. Yep, 1 experience point. So, Slimes and Tigermen are worth 1 experience point, but you get a little bit more money from defeating Tigermen. Okay, so Slimes give $1, Tigermen deposit $2. Okay, so there's the windmill. We gotta get down there. We need to raise up some proper money in order to buy ourselves a shield as well, because you're never gonna know who you'll be running into out in this dangerous new world. Okay, well, let's enter this cave and see what's in here. Okay, so the windmill guard is napping in this little corner, and we're gonna have to wake him up. But we gotta get ourselves the alarm flute in order to do that. So we come out here, we're at the windmill, nothing's working, we can't do anything, we can't tinker around here either. Okay, so that's the windmill guard's job. So now it is absolutely imperative that we have to wake him up. But we are gonna need to get the alarm flute in order to do that. We'll be getting the alarm flute in a little bit. I want to build up our hero here. Make sure he's got enough money. And make sure he has enough equipment. So we're going to keep ourselves nicely charged. So we can attack our enemies at a safe distance. But here's the funny thing. You have to remain perfectly still as you're charging up your sword. It will not charge while you're moving. That's an unfortunate drawback to the game, but it is what it is. Let's just focus on dealing with the Tigermen since they give you more money at this stage in the game. Okay, gotta search around for a few more enemies. And of course, there's regular melee stab too. But it's just more recommended to use the projectile attacks. Because we also have to level up our hero here too. One more fight to level up. Excellent, your level is increased. Alright, first level achieved. So now the new goal is 60 experience points. And every time you level up, the XP meter resets back to 0. So we gotta do it all over again, only now the effort becomes twice more than before. And our hit meter will also go up just a little bit each time. Okay, but you know what? That's fine. We're still gonna save up our money to buy a shield and the alarm flute. And of course, with level 2, our attack now moves up to 3 and our defense goes up to 4. So, went up by a point, but that's all we need to do in order to make short work of these Tigermen. $55. 8 points. Okay, making some good strides here. Let me just see if I can get better spawning when I... Okay, looks like that might have worked. Because I wasn't getting enough spawning from the enemies, which was just by moving around the field. Over and over. Okay. Because I want to focus more on the Tiger Men, because they give the better payouts at this stage in the game. Alright, 2 for the price of 1. Okay, so we have enough money to go buy the Carapace Shield, so let's go... So let's go get it. Did they say anything different here? Nope. Go west, find Zebu in a cave. Okay, the first pupil has mysteriously vanished. Okay, so defense is 2. Select the shield. Now we see our hero equipped with a shield, and now the defense goes up by another 2 points. So we have Sword of Wind, Tanned Hide, and Carapace Shield. Good. So now we're going to take a look in the item store. So here is all the wares that you could buy in the Town of Leaf: Medical Herb, Antidote, Warp Boots, and the Alarm Flute, which is priced at $50. So, Medical Herb here will restore your health, Antidote will cure poison, Warp Boots will allow you to warp back to a town of your choice, provided you visited the town by foot first. And finally, the Alarm Flute will wake somebody up. So, I want to take a look at the guide for a moment to to see what the item itself specifically represents. So let's go into controls. Okay. Okay, we do need to take a look at the items here. Okay. Oh, here we go. We have to go into items here and under appendices. Alright, okay, so let's take a look here. So, Medical Herb will replenish 32 of our hit points. Antidote cures poison, as expected. And, yeah. Warp Boots from teleports the player to a town they previously visited. Okay. So, now that we know that, let's get back into the adventure. Okay, so we're gonna need to raise $50 to get an Alarm Flute. Okay, so melee attacks are a little weak, but that's fine. I do want to get our hero up to level 3 first before we can make any further progress in the game. Okay. Okay, not too long now from level 3. Just respawn the enemies. Okay, almost got 50 bucks. Okay, $2 more to go. There we go. Now we have the money that we need to buy the alarm flute. And I'm gonna kill off some enemies on good measure on the way back to town. Okay. Okay, got the alarm flute. We can now wake the guard. Excellent, your level is increased. Alright. Level 3 puts our defense, respectively, 5 to 5 with our armor and shield, with the life we're increasing to 80. Attack is now 4. Okay, good. So we went up our first couple levels, so now let's go wake up this guard. Huh? What was that? Don't do that again. It's you. Please don't tell Zebo. Take this to start the windmill. Zebo says a strange ball is hidden in these caves. He says it can break rock walls. You now have windmill key. Okay. Windmill key. Got it. Okay, with that procured, let's go start up that windmill. Okay, looks like this is the keyhole. Windmill begins to work. Gears are churning. And by doing so, it blows open a hole in the wall. But now we have a working windmill, so that completes our little side quest. Okay, he doesn't say anything different as a result. Okay. Well, with that being done, now we can advance our adventure. Okay, so the next goal is 150 points. Okay, we can one-shot the Tigerman now. Sorry guys, I had to sneeze. You have done well. I'll now teach you the magic of Refresh. You now have Refresh. Use your power to open the way. Okay. Okay, so we have our first magic spell. The magic spell of Refresh. So let's see what this spell does. Refresh. 1 MP for every 2 hit points. Restores hit points. Open the sealed cave. Okay, if you do not return this ever present. Okay. So 1 magic point will restore 2 hit points on your life meter. Okay, let's... Now that we know, at least now we're good. We should be good and ready to help advance our little adventure. I'm gonna go check back in town first to see if there's any change in dialogue before we advance any further. Okay, no change here. Is the first pupil back? No, he left. Nope, nothing over here. I don't need to rest up at an inn because I haven't used up any magic points or hit points. I'm sorry you have to leave. Take care. I know it's gonna be a long and dangerous journey. Okay, but I woke him up, so why do you have to keep saying that? Okay, already did that. Please be careful with destinies in your hands. Okay, they don't... Only one NPC changes their dialogue. But that's fine. Let's go over here. Medical herb. I think what I'm gonna do is I'll procure at least one medical herb before I leave town. So I'm only like $1 short, but that's fine. Okay, so let's go pick up at least one medical herb before we leave town. For good. Oh, wait, I want to kill this guy. There we go. Alright, so we got ourselves one medical herb. No, I do not wish to drop it. The game does give you the option to drop items that you don't need, but be 100% certain that you do want to drop it before you make that decision. Otherwise, you'll be finding yourself grinding more money to get the item again. Okay, so looks like our job in this part of the game is now done, so let's move on to the next part of the adventure. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. Now that we're made a bit of progress, let's save. Okay, now let's just make sure. Yeah, so it saves under my name. Okay, and now that that's confirmed, let's continue on. So we have some slugs here. How much are they worth? So they're worth 2 XP. And $2 a piece. Can I move underneath the bridge? No, I cannot. Moving on. Two strikes of the sword of wind to destroy these guys. And you also need 2 projectiles too. Alright. Okay, so the path forks. Let's go north. We got a red slime this time, so let's see how much they're worth. So they're worth 2 XP. We have a wall, but we can't go through it, so let's keep going east. Okay, so they're also worth 2 and 2. So we have some little dragonites here. Okay, 37 points. Okay, they're worth 3 XP. $3 XP and $4. Okay, we can make a little bit more money by fighting these guys. Okay, so we can go upstairs, we can go downstairs. Let me try going upstairs first. Oh. We got a golem. They're worth 4 XP apiece. We got ourselves a treasure chest. Warp boots. Okay, we got some extra warp boots. In case we need to make an emergency warp back to Leaf. Okay, we're back down here. We got another fork in the road. Okay, we got some bats. They're only worth no money. And they're only worth 1 point apiece. Medical herb. Okay, we got another medical herb. So let's check up here. Oops. And we're $4. Okay. Moving on. Let's check down here. Ball of Wind. Okay. Now that we've equipped the... Now that we have the Ball of Wind. Okay, so by equipping this, this gives us an additional charge to our Sword of Wind. So we hold it down. We can now launch an even stronger projectile at level 2. So this should help give us an even greater advantage against the enemies. And it should also help break the walls. As you can see. Okay, Zap, we broke through the wall, and it gives us an antidote at the dead end. Two medical herbs, 1 antidote, 1 warp boots. Okay. Okay, nope, there was no wall over here. Shit. Okay. Poisoned, so we now have to use this. So we can see our condition has been poisoned, so body returns to normal. Gotta be careful not to let ourselves get slimed, or that'll happen again. And we lost a little bit of HP over that. Okay, so we have a fork going west. Medical herb, another medical herb. Okay, I'm certain that's a boss chamber. So I'm gonna deal with that boss chamber in a bit. First, I'm gonna get my hero up to level 4. Which shouldn't take too long with the progress that I'm making right now. Okay, almost there. Excellent. Your level is increased. Okay. Next goal is 300 points for level 5. Okay, so here's what I want to do. Okay, got hit by the tiger man. Don't want that happening. I'm gonna make a quick trip back to town. Rest up at the inn for a bit. In, need to rest? Please stay. It will cost you $16. Alright. Freshly rested up. Oh, I don't need to be in here. Let's get out of here. I want to collect another antidote. Okay. 3 medical herbs, an antidote, and war boots. Okay, we're good to go. Alright, this time we're gonna have to face the boss of the cave. Okay. Alright, let's get back into it. So 300 points is quite a ways away. And I don't really want to worry about grinding enemies in this cave just to get to that goal. So we're gonna face off against the first boss this cave. And then deal with the riffraff that's on the other side. Oh, we're making some pretty decent money now. Nope, you can't save inside. Okay. Alright, we're gonna get ready. Okay, so you do... So it does cost... so you have to... So when you're actually using an item, it uses it with the same button as the attack. Okay, well that was a wasted medical herb, but you know what? Doesn't matter. Shouldn't be too much better. Okay, let's get rid of this vampire here. Okay, that was a simple enough battle. Rabbit boots. Okay. Okay, and we're out. So we did end up losing a little bit of health from that battle with the vampire, but he was still pretty much easy pickings anyway. Anyways, we got ourselves some pigmen here, or I guess I can call them orcs. They're armed with axes. Alright. So here's another town. I'm Akana. I used to have an unusual statue, but I dropped it near the river. It was a great find and will be difficult to replace. Have you seen it? Okay, another side quest. Retrieve Akahana's statue. This town's mostly for travelers. Pretty noisy, isn't it? I've heard that there's a village where only women live. I wonder. If you go east, you will find a forest. It's a grand maze where plants will shoot poison. Okay, another hot spot to visit. Let's see what's in the item shop. Medical herb, antidote, war boots. So more of the same. Do you wish to buy? Leather armor, 140. Carapace shield, which we already purchased. Bronze shield, 220. This is a bit more expensive, but... Anyways, let's get some leather armor. Because we need to replace this tanned hide. Defense is 6. Defense is now 10, so we go up by 4 points. If you go... okay. The village of Oak lies deep in the forest. The people there don't understand our language, though there's another town to visit. There are 2 routes to Mount Saber, one west and one north. Both roads are very dangerous. Anything over the fountain? Nope. Okay, so this scale shop, the scales that you see above the store represent the pawn shop. Anything you wish to sell? Yes, I'm going to get rid of the tanned hide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's $50 I got from that, so that'll be it. So that leaves me with 83 bucks. Okay, and the one with the bottle up here represents a pub. The wise man Tornell lives with his peoples in the north. Welcome, please have some refreshments. I told him that I made a lot of money from stones I found on Mount Saber. I bet he got excited. This guy? I just found out how to get rich quick. Later. Okay, so he's looking to get some gold from the mountains there. Okay. Okay, so we got that done, so let's rest up in the inn. 20 bucks to stay. So let's save. So now let's save. Making sure that everything's good. Okay. So with that being done, first let's go find this guy's little statue that he dropped near the river. So we're gonna have to look around this little land here a bit. So these orcs are worth 5 points experience. How much money? $4. 5 experience points, $4. There's a bridge. Oh, what did I just pick up? Oh, Statue of Onyx. Okay, that's the missing statue that Agahana lost. And we got some mushrooms, but they're impervious to our sword attacks and our magic. Yep, so we're gonna need to get a better weapon in order to fight those things. Anyways, well, I guess we're gonna head back to town. And I got hit by an axe. Okay, gotta highlight the statue first. Hakan has then handed a statue. Hey, this is my statue. Thank you for finding it. If you need to go to the forest, use this gas mask to avoid the poison. You now have gas mask. And he leaves. Okay, so here's the gas mask. And the rabbit boots. Now the rabbit boots have their own special ability. With it, you can use it to jump. And we are going to need to use those rabbit boots momentarily. Okay, so we need to raise $220 to buy our next shield. But first, let's just rest up in town. Okay, and do a savey save. Okay, and we're heading back out. Let's explore the land a little bit more while we're at it. Okay, so here is Mount Saber. And I'm not sure if we're supposed to be in here just yet. Let's leave this for the time being. so there's some poisonous marsh here. Lucky hit. Okay, let's see where else we can go. A busy town, Bryn Mawr, is located south of the sealed cave. You should visit there. Okay, so that's where we were. Here's a waterfall. This area is blocked off by... And it is, and that marsh is poisonous, so we're gonna equip these. But there's a lot of these mushrooms around. Here's another path. So we'll go in there in a moment. Oh, we got some big slimes now. So these are worth 6 points apiece in terms of experience points. Okay, and $4. Okay, this would be a good grind spot towards the next experience point, towards the next level. RPGC, you cannot climb this yet. You don't have enough power to make it. Okay, so whoever's telling us this, we're gonna have to back out for the time being. Okay, we're making pretty decent strides over here with the big slimes. Let's go. Okay, so looks like we're gonna have to wear this to get into the forest. Okay, so here's the poisonous forest. Nope, these flying grubs cannot be hurt with my sword. Alright. Well, the ones on the ground can. Okay, let's just save. And now we can get back into the action. We're at $4. Whoops. Okay, we had to get rid of that pollinator right there. much is this guy worth? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so those pollinators are pretty much worth like 6 points apiece. Okay, so I can pretty much grind in here if I wanted to. Oh, that's a pretty big chunk of my... Okay, so let's just get ourselves back up. But we will need to get the next shield, though. Okay, one more. Okay, now level 5. Puts our attack to 6. Defense goes all the way up to 11, and for armor and shield is now at 7. Total life 112. We have 86 life points left. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. Let's go back to Bryn Mawr. I don't want to have to use the warp boots just about yet. Okay, so the orcs are a little bit more easier to deal with. Okay, there's a passage over here. Alright. And we're out of that forest. Go in peace. Go in peace. That's a... Go in peace. Go in peace. Like a town populated by rabbits. Go in peace. And that's all they're telling me. Go in peace. They're blocking off the store entrances, so I can't buy anything. How about in here? Go in peace. Okay, so that's all they're gonna tell me, eh? Okay. Well, I do have this. So I just execute it to restore my hit points, and when you hold down the A button, or pretty much the key that's mapped as A button, then you can restore your health. Which could have been... Which I honestly should have used when I was facing off against the vampire, but unfortunately that slipped my mind. But you know what? Mistakes happen and lessons were learned. And I do not need this. I need this. Okay, let's look around the force a little bit more. We still want to pick up the next shield. Big black area that we're seems to be oddly out of place from the rest of this forest. Oops. Almost got hit. Get out of the way. Okay, so looks like it's no dice for us in this poison forest for the time being, so let's head on out. Get rid of the pollinating flower here. Okay, one more dollar to go and we can buy the next shield. Okay. Bring back the rabbit boots. No, I'll just keep these on. Okay, we got the money, so now we can go buy the next shield. Alright. Okay, so first we have a defense of 7 with the current shield that we have equipped. We already have that, so bronze shield is next. 7, and with this, 11. So that brings us to equal footing with our plate armor. So let's... Oh, do not have enough money, so let's go sell off the old shield. That, nothing else. Okay, moving on. We do have to recover our magic, though. Okay. Magic back to full. Anything else over here? Okay, maybe what I'm gonna do in this case is... Well, there is the Mount Saber route, but I don't know if that's gonna help us much in this situation. Let's return to that hut in the north. I am Tornell. If you are a truly legendary soldier, you should be able to defeat Storm easily. Just force your opponent against the back wall. Well, man, let's have at it. I'm Storm, training under Tornell, RPGC. Let's have at it. Still lack the proper skill. Come back when you think you're able. Okay, so I have to button mash this. I gotta button mash this fight. I'll be waiting. Okay, so we gotta keep doing this until we beat him. Okay, I really gotta work on my button mashing skills, because this is getting ridiculous. Got him. Excellent, I'll now teach you the magic of telepathy. This allows you to communicate with animals. It also allows you to speak with us wise men when you have problems, even if you're not near. And I'll go to the training place. If you find a tornado bracelet or RPGC, bring it to me. You now have telepathy. I'll be waiting. And just like that, Tornal disappears. New magic telepathy. Okay, so let's take a look at the guide and me more, so it can give us more specific information on what it does. Telepathy. 8 magic points for advice, free to talk to animals. Lets you contact the elders for advice and talk to animals. Okay, I want to go back to armor here. So the wind sword with the elemental power wind, which we have, attack up +1. And ball of wind air shell, which blasts crumbling stone walls, and charges our projectile 2. Tan hide +2, small damn hide, leather armor made of hardened leather. Shields, carapace shield, shield made from a shell. Bronze shield, basic metal shield. Carapace gives us +2 defense, and bronze gives us +6 defense. Okay, let's go back to spells. Oops, hang on, let's get back to the game here. Alright. So we can use our telepathy to talk with one of the 4 elders here, with one being Tornell. Besides me, the wise men Gustina and Kenza will assist you. And it costs 8 MP to use. Don't rely on others so much. I'm Asina. I'm looking forward to seeing you. Kensu. Per ellipses. He's glad for me to speak to us. Okay, so nothing much in terms of advice from them for the time being, so... well, let's just disable it so I don't accidentally activate it. Oops, almost ran into that orc. Okay, with all that being done, let's just rest up in town. Okay, bronze shield, leather armor. Okay, we're good for that. Save. Okay, good. Oops, forgot to don the gas mask. There. That gas mask, without that mask, I'd be finished off instantly. Okay, so we gotta go back to town. 200 experience. Okay, now we can take this off. Or I can leave it on, big deal. This is the village of Oak, we don't like humans here. I haven't seen my boy since he went into the forest. Have you seen him? The village elder will not talk to humans. Ellipses. Okay, so they've got to be against humans. The air in my house smells like humans. Get out! Talk about rude. And of course I'm forbidden to enter any of the stores because of this. Alright. I guess we can't do much of anything about that. Well, it looks like we have a boy lost in the forest. So, maybe by rescuing him and taking him back to town, it may change their views towards us. Okay. Okay, we found the kid. Wah, I'm afraid. I want to go home. Can you please take me home? Well, what other choice do I have? I mean, I guess I could leave you to die in the forest, but I gotta win favor with the dwarf rabbit people here. The insect food is a powerful item, but it's dangerous because of the poisonous insects it calls. Okay, so we found the... We shun most humans, but I think you're different than most. Who are you? You're quite strange. Okay, so they're changing their mind about me. I'll be good from now on, I swear. I'm forever indebted to you. Please take this as a reward. You now have insect flute. Okay. Thank you again for all your help. Okay, we got ourselves the flute. Okay. Alright, so we have... So we're gonna need to use this in a moment. For a few moments, that is. So now we can access the stores. That's cool. Let's talk to the mayor, see if he's changed his views towards humans. You saved a child? I thank you. I now ask a favor of you. There's a monster in the poison swamp. Many of our dwarves were eaten by this creature. The monster cannot attack the village because of an object we possess, but we cannot use. I leave this object in your care to save the village. You now have Sword of Fire. Alright, we got ourselves a brand spanking new sword. Please do it. Alright, so the current attack is 6. Let's see what happens when we use this Sword of Fire. 7, so we go up by 1 point. Okay. Let's see what else we can get. Fruit of Power. Okay. First, let's rest up in the inn. $40 to stay. But we do need to rest up after all that. Okay, so let's save. Right. So let's just take a look at what this Fruit of Power gives us. Replenishes 32 MP. Oh, that's cool. MP. But right now, I don't think we really need to use a save for telepathy or something. Okay, let's see if besides me, this Wiseman Asna Kensel will assist you. Use telepathy to speak to us. Little by little, you're becoming stronger to recover your magic power. Thank you, because I was wasting magic power talking to you guys. Did you see? Look like you're having a rough time. I'll recover your magic power. Okay, I guess we'll just leave it at that. Medical herb, antidote, and warp boots. Okay, so we have ourselves a fire sword. Let me just do one more quick save for good measure, and let's head out. Okay, so the Sword of Fire works wonderfully. So I'm guessing I'm supposed to use the insect flu over here. And... that was cheap! Anyways, we got a boss battle. Okay. That's a lot of hit points lost. Because I shouldn't concentrate on the flying grubs. I'm just gonna have to concentrate on this and on this boss here. Alright, we nailed them. That's 2 bosses down for today's stream. Ball of Fire. Alright, sweet. So with the Ball of Fire, now I can charge up my Fire Sword to 2. Alright. Now this should help make things a little bit more easier in this here forest. Okay, time to report back in with the locals. There are training grounds for wise men on the west side. Perhaps you should go there. I'm 1 coin short from staying at the inn. What a bunch of... Okay. They can set their prices. I can't negotiate down. We have reconsidered humans. Okay, good for you. You're great, I think I'll believe in you. You destroyed the monster. Good, now we can now live without fear. RPGC, you are the one who saved us. Our precious object belongs to you. For this, we express appreciation. Please keep it with you. We will tell all of your feat. You will forever be a hero among the dwarves. Again, many thanks. What object did you just give me? Was I supposed to have received an item? Okay, I guess that's it. Okay, I'm just gonna use this up so to free up some inventory space. Be quiet, leave me alone, he says, and I'm running out of frickin' juice. Okay. I just need 1 more coin in order to stay at the inn. There we go. So now I can make stay for a night at the Oak Inn. Okay, nicely refreshed. MP and HP back to full. Let's save. I think that's pretty much it. I don't think they're going to be saying anything different. Alright, so with that being done, I guess our job here in the force is done as well, so let's head back out. I wonder if we can now go to the Northern Passage now. Crap. Couldn't dodge it in time. Oh well. Nope, we're not ready yet. Okay. I guess we're just gonna be heading back to the other towns now. Because I can get rid of these stupid mushrooms, but how much? Okay, let's just see how much they give me. 389. So that's 8 points apiece. And they still only give me $4. Okay. Guess it can't be helped. Let's go back to... just check to see if there's anything else I can get at Tornel's hut. Alright. Ease of progress. The tornado bracelet is somewhere in Mount Saber. It will maximize the power of the Sword of the Wind. Okay, so we're still going to be making use of our Wind Sword. But for now, I'm just going to enjoy the Sword of Fire. I wonder if the locals will change their dialogue. Okay, so we were at Oak. Okay, so it looks like we may have to go down to Mount Saber here. Okay, so nothing new here, so let's go rest up at the inn. Okay, so this is the only place we can go now. Got some zombies coming out of the ground. So, okay, so they're worth 12 points apiece, 12 experience points apiece, that's good. Okay, these guys are impervious to fire, so let's switch back to wind. Okay, looks like these ones are worth 10. Okay, so it shouldn't take too long to get to the next level at this point. $27, 30. So they give me $8. Let's just see what these little ammonites give me. Oops. $581. So 8 points apiece for these guys. Okay, so I'm making some more XP and more money as well. Oh. Okay, this doesn't work, so let's switch up. Hey, it's Zebu. The wind is filled with sorrow, return to leave soon. Okay, so this loops back to the first area of the game. So let's see if they change their dialogue now that I'm coming back to Leaf. Nope. Okay, we see that nobody's around. Nobody's here. Where have all the locals gone? Nobody here either. Nothing over here. Well, at least the rabbit's still here. Some evil people attacked and took everyone away. Uh-oh, we have an issue. So in this case, let's see what the four wise men have to say about this. Praise for your safety. Don't rely on others so much. Nothing to tell you. Be quiet. Leave me alone. Yep, being a bunch of useless busybodies. Oh. Okay, you know what? Let's give these warp boots a use. Okay, so we can go to Lynn, Brynmar, or Oak. So I'm gonna go to Brynmar. Okay, hang on a minute. Okay, so save. Okay, so that just loops back to Leaf. Let's see how much these zombies will give me in terms of money. So, let's see, $8. And we got ourselves a nice slide. Another ice slide. And a level up. Okay, so level 6, this puts the next goal to 1200 points. MP is now at 102. Our life is now 128 hit points. 8 for attack, 12 for defense for both armor and shield. Okay, so we have a cave entrance over here. Okay, so we gotta switch back to wind. Okay, so there's an ice wall over here. How about over here? Okay, 2 ice walls, so let's bring out the fire. Yep, and we got ourselves a Cyclopean Spider. Worth 8 XP. How much for money? So $8 too, so 8 and 8. Switch back this. Warp boots, okay, an extra pair of warp boots, cool. Rack up that money. Alright, 180 XP, $401. Oops. These things could be poisonous, gotta be careful. Alright, next floor. Medical herb, alright. That's good. Replenish the one that I've lost earlier. Nope. Okay, gotta go back to wind. Alright, some more. Let's see what's down here. There's more to this dungeon over this way. So we're out of here. Okay, fuck. So there's more passages this way. Okay, we'll come back to this spot a little bit later. So let's go back into the cave. Ah, brings me out back here. Well, at least I'm racking in some good points of money. So I put... So going this way just leads me out into the upper exit. Okay. Just making sure, yeah, so that just leads out there, so let's go this way. I really hate it when that happens. That's like when enemies push you into another screen. That's some Fazanadu level bullshit right there. You found me, but you have to find a tornado bracelet before I teach you more magic. And but I get a magic ring out of it. Alright, let's see what this magic ring does. Magic ring restores all MP. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so I gotta find a tornado bracelet and report back to Tornell. Alright, so be it. Oh, I got 4-figure money. Okay, over $1,000 in my purse. That's good. Nope, this slides me all the way down here. Oops. Okay, so that's what the ice slides will do. They'll pretty much just take you down to the beginning parts of the mountain. Okay, got 4-figure experience points now. Okay. Okay, managed to get past that ice slide. Bust through the wall. Okay, forks 2 ways. I'll collect as much money as I can, because I'm gonna need to go on a major shopping spree once all this is over. Okay, so this pretty much just loops around. Yeah, so it loops around. Tornado bracelet. Alright. So we got the third. So now with the tornado bracelet, we can charge up our sword to its highest power. And it creates a little flurry of tornadoes to dispatch enemies who are weak against wind. And by doing that, by doing so, now we have increased our level to 7. Excellent, your level's increased. But it also costs MP to use. Level 7, next goal is 1600 points. Okay, we're done up here. Okay, so this is where I came from, and that slide just brings me down to the lowest area of the mountain. Okay, this loops back to Leaf. Okay, so we're not going to be able to do much of anything. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back to town to rest up and save. So this brings up our attack to 9 and defense to 13-13, respectively. It takes 2 pokes to kill an orc. Alright, let's take a look at our items. A medical herb, an antidote, a magic ring, and war boots. I'll stock up on one more medical herb. And save myself at... Okay, so we're fully rested. Save. Hang on, just making one. Yeah. Whatever, I'll just take one more save of the road. Ah, I went the wrong way. Points out of 1,600. Are you kidding me? But I do need to talk with Tornell again. Shit. RPGC, I'm surprised you made it back. I'll now teach you teleport. This magic allows you to move from town to town instantly. Have a safe journey. You now have teleport. Have a safe journey. Have a safe journey. Okay, so now we have the next magic of teleport. Let's take a look. Teleport to previously visited towns. 20 magic points. Okay, so this is pretty much the magic equivalent of the warp boots, but we'll still keep the warp boots on hand just in case of an emergency. Oh my god. Okay, better use this. And I gotta be careful, because I don't have another antidote with me. I'm also just gonna... Otherwise, I'm gonna have to warp out of here. Okay. Let's now switch this. And continue up the mountain path. Okay, we already went down this way, so we're not gonna go down that way again. Oh, this just leads me over here. Okay, huh. Just a dead end was showing Tornell waiting for me. Okay, so I guess that wasn't much of anything after all. And going in here this way just leads me to the bridge that takes me to the cave that has the tornado bracelet. So it looks like my job in this area of Mount Saber is now done. We've completed West Mount Saber, now there's North Mount Saber to explore. Okay, I would say that this would be a good time now to call session for the day, but first let me just get back to town. Two medical herbs. Ring. Okay. Antidote. And there we go. Okay, so we got 2 medical herbs, an antidote, magic ring, and some work boots. And we also got three spells. So let's go rest. So let's rest ourselves up here. And let's do a savey save. As a matter of fact, I'm also going to copy this save into another file, because you get more than one save file. Not like Final Fantasy 1 where you only get one measly save file, but less than Dragon Warrior, which gives you three full save files. Okay, so I would say that this will be good enough for today, and we'll resume it sometime in the next week. So for now, let's just close this off and return ourselves to the regular bubble screen. Okay guys, well thank you very much for joining me for today's inaugural playthrough stream of Crystalis for the NES. Now I will just say that it is now time for my lunch, so I'm going to also say see you next stream. Take care and have a good one. Bye-bye.